What is up, all of my horror fanatics out there? Welcome back to Late Night Frights. I'm the Late Night Frights horror leader, the J. Sloan or Jordan, back here to do another video for you. And as always, guys, I want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. Now, last week we did a theme, so obviously this week we're doing horror battles. And the two films I chose to battle for you this week are The Stuff versus Street Trash. Okay, so I'm going to start off by reviewing The Stuff, which was made in 1986. It was directed by Larry Cohen, starring Michael Moriarty, Garrett Morris, and Scott Bloom. And in the beginning of The Stuff, we see this man who actually finds this yogurt or ice cream-like substance actually bubbling out of the ground. He doesn't know what it is at first. He doesn't know if he should touch it, but he ends up touching the substance, thinking it might be snow, and actually tasting it, and realizes it's not snow at all. Like I said, it's like it tastes like ice cream to him. He says it's very delicious, very creamy, and like I said, just a delicious substance. He also invites a bunch of people over to taste it as well. Then it skips down the line a little bit to where they actually took this substance and put it on the market and titled it The Stuff. And there's something not right about The Stuff, and the only person who can see this is this little boy who actually sees the stuff move and thinks it is a living organism. And that happens, and we also meet this character played by Michael Moriarty named Mo, who was in the FBI and got kicked out of the FBI, and all these other ice cream companies are like trying to hire him to find out what's in the stuff, basically because it's running them out of business. Everybody is buying it, and people are just buying it constantly, and it's starting to get addictive to people. So the more he dives into it, the more he realizes there's something not right about the stuff. Actually, the more you eat the stuff, the more it takes over your brain and the more your body relies on it. And it's like an alien form, basically. And that's the basic plot of The Stuff. I don't want to go too much more into it. I don't want to spoil it for you. I just want to say that I had a very fun time watching this for the first time, actually, tonight. And this is just a badass edition. Check this Arrow Video release out. I just love this edition. Arrow Video always releases quality products, as well as Scream Factory. But that's the basics of The Stuff. I mean, everybody did an amazing job. I love the cast. I think Michael Moriarty is Mo. Very funny, very comedic, but very serious as well. And the actor who played the kid, I'm not sure his name right now. I do apologize for that, but he did a really good job. And it's very creepy to see his parents like, you need to eat the stuff, you know, and like they're trying to force feed him the stuff and everything. That was pretty crazy. And it's just crazy to see how addicted people become to this, and it has some pretty good gore effects as well. So there's my review over The Stuff. Okay, guys, now I'm going to move on and review Street Trash, which was made in 1987, directed by Jim Murrow, and basically this film follows two brothers, Fred and Kevin. Fred being the oldest and Kevin being the youngest, and they are two runaways. And it shows where they are and how they are trying to survive. They actually live in a junkyard with a bunch of other homeless people, a bunch of hobos in this junkyard. And they're actually led by this crazy madman, this Billy Badass named Bronson. And that's what we get to see in this movie. That is our main focus. That is what we see. That is who we follow. And it's a very different touch, very dirty, very gritty. But nearby, there's a nearby liquor store, and the owner, I think he had ran out of liquor, So we went down to the basement. He found this big box, or this big crate that had some stuff in it. The liquor he found in the crate was called Tenafly Viper, and he starts selling it for $1 a piece to all these homeless people. And basically what happens is when they drink it, whatever is in this liquor makes them disintegrate. It makes them decay and dissolve from the inside. And that's the basics of it. Nothing major. Not a very good storyline. It was very entertaining and very enjoyable. But we get to see some great gore, some great practical effects from all these homeless people just drinking this Tenafly Viper, and they just start melting basically. There's some other conflicts and confrontations in the film with the two brothers and Bronson, and there's a cop in the film who thinks he's a Billy Badass as well. But that's the basics of it. I don't want to go in depth too much more. I don't want to spoil it or spoil what story it has. It's not a very intriguing plot, but it is very entertaining, I would say. So there is my short review over Street Trash. Now that I've reviewed both The Stuff and Street Trash, it is time to battle these two films to the death. Starting with round one, kills. Which film had better kills? And in my personal opinion, I like the kills in Street Trash better than the kills in The Stuff. Just the way they were executed, I think that they were done better. The gore was amazing, even though it had a low budget. Looking at this film, you can clearly tell it wasn't. It's not a blockbuster. Nobody's winning any Oscars. But it was a fun flick, very entertaining, and the kills were executed very, very well. Okay, moving on to round two, story and originality. Now, The Stuff was made first, so I'm going to give this round to The Stuff. Personally, I did like The Stuff storyline a lot better. It actually meant something. Street Trash just kind of drug along. I mean, it had a storyline with the two brothers and the liquor, but The Stuff just had a better storyline, more intriguing and more interesting. So round two goes to The Stuff. Round three, blood, guts, and gore. Which film do I think had better blood, guts, and gore, and practical effects? Now, without a doubt, hands down, this round would have to go to Street Trash. Now, Street Trash had some amazing practical effects. And like I said before, it was a low-budget film. You could definitely tell. Very cheesy, very crazy. But when it came to the kills, especially this kill right here, the toilet kill, which is actually on the cover art, wow, it was just crazy. I mean, it was very colorful. They didn't just use a straight color. It wasn't all blood. It wasn't all red. I mean, it was like yellow, green, blue, purple. Like, they used some amazing colors. Like I said, for the budget they had, I can respect that they did that. They did the best with what they had. And they just, very, very gory movie, very badass effects, and just a lot of blood, guts, and gore. So this round would have to go to Street Trash. Okay, round four, personal enjoyment and replayability. Which film would I pop in right now and watch? And it's very hard because I really enjoy both of these films. But I would have to say I had more enjoyment with The Stuff. The Stuff just had a better storyline to me, a better overall direction, better casting, higher budget it felt like. I mean, I would hope so. If Street Trash had a higher budget than The Stuff, I would be very surprised. But just a really good film, so that's why I have to say that I personally enjoyed The Stuff more than I do Street Trash, although both are great films. So it's 2-2 right now, guys. The tiebreaker here, which have better acting and directing. And once again, I'm going to have to say The Stuff. So I really enjoyed The Stuff more than Street Trash. Now, don't get me wrong. Street Trash dominated in practical effects area, blood, guts, and gore. It had some cool acting. It was very cheesy, very fun. But to me, I just enjoyed The Stuff storyline more, and the acting, and I think the directing was a little bit better too. But the Street Trash is just a badass film too. Definitely check both of these cheesy 80s horror films out. Very cheesy flicks. The reason I chose to battle these is because they were so similar, but they were so different at the same time. So, yeah, guys, The Stuff has won this battle. It has defeated Street Trash, in my opinion, but definitely check both flicks out. Okay, guys, once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching my horror battle over The Stuff versus Street Trash. The Stuff has came out on top. It has won my battle. It is victorious, but this is my own personal opinion. I would love to hear yours. Please comment in the comment box down below and tell me what you think. Which film will win in your horror battle? Which film do you prefer? Stay tuned for everybody's videos this week. Also on Friday, we have a new Late Night Frights pre-member who will be making their debut. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys once again for watching. You just watched Late Night Frights. Comment, subscribe, and as always, guys, keep it horror. Peace.